You're listening to the Walt's World Podcast. Join your hosts, John and Kaylee, as they banter about all things Disney, including Disney parks, resorts, dining, fashion, and movies. They'll keep you up to date with the latest Disney news and rumors, and they'll share their best tips and insight to make sure you have the best Disney vacation possible. So to all who tune into this happy place, welcome. It's the Walt's World Podcast.
Hey friends, John and Kaylee here with another episode of the Walt's World Podcast. We're continuing our little series we're doing in honor of the basketball tournament, college basketball in March Madness. Last week we did the sidekick tournament. And this week we are doing villains. It's going to be the last week of our tournament. But we're doing villains this week. And the way we came up with it is we just randomly chose. We wrote down all the villains we could think of that were like legit villains. And we numbered them, and then we just randomly picked numbers. And we put them in a bracket. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the bracket and see who wins. Chances are, based on our criteria, which is amount of evilness and quality of their movie, and Kaylee did not want to use cuteness as an option.
Yeah, I just don't think that cuteness falls into a factor when talking about...
I mean, Charles Muntz is very cute. Governor Radcliffe, cute. It's the hat. It's his hat.
No.
So, no. Just no. So, let's just jump into it. Kaylee, who do we have first? Who's going against who first? Or should we go through the list of all of them? We go for the list of all the villains first?
No, because I don't really... I mean, it just gets confusing, I feel like.
It's just confusing. Okay.
Like, it's not like they're, like, writing down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they might be. People might be writing it down.
So
you don't know.
let's go through it. First up is Mal, Maleficent, against Caw from the Jungle
So who do you
Book.
got in this?
I have
Caw
Maleficent,
and Maleficent.
all the way.
This is easy. Caw is a snake. He can hypnotize you with his eyes. But Maleficent is Maleficent.
Yeah. Honestly, she's pretty unstoppable to me. So we'll see what happens.
Unless she's in a parade at Disney World and catches herself on fire.
This is true.
But she's back. So that's a quick, easy one. Maleficent over Caw. Duh. Easy.
Okay.
Next.
Hopper
From A Bug's Life.
against Scar. I'm going Scar.
Because he's a lion? Because he committed murder?
Yeah, I think that's pretty evil if we're going based off of crimes committed.
I guess Hopper committed murder too. He killed a lot of bugs, I'm sure.
I mean, this might be true. But
they both have dumb, like, people around them. Like the hyenas, dumb. The other grasshoppers, dumb.
I agree.
So they're not good in choosing who they align with. But I would go with Scar as well. He's just all around evil.
Yeah, I think so too.
He tried to kill a baby Simba. I mean,
can't get any worse than that.
No, the first round's going to go easy, I think. Next.
All right, Oogie versus Gothel.
Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. Gothel, the mom of Rapunzel, or the kidnapper of Rapunzel, I guess you could say. This is a tough one, though.
Hard one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is definitely tough. I think that kidnapping and lying to somebody for a good portion of their life is a little bit more evil. So, I mean, and not only that, but she like kept her locked in a tower.
Boogie, though, like kept Santa Claus like
Sandy
captured
Claus.
and is that our nightmares. I think about that aspect, the nightmares that are associated with Oogie Boogie.
Those are like, I mean, yeah, they're nightmares, but like imagine your everyday life being a nightmare.
True.
Because you're trapped in a tower. I'm going Gothel. I love Oogie. definitely like my top 5 favorite villains, but I'm going Gothel.
You're probably right. Gothel was just overall just more. She's manipulative.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is a weird pairing. Very weird.
Governor
Radcliffe.
And Ernesto
de la Cruz.
Yep. From Coco.
Remember me.
Let's leave the singing to Ernesto. How about that?
Ernesto. Governor Radcliffe. He's just a guy. He's just a mean guy. Like there's nothing like.
Yeah, there's really nothing to him.
He's racist.
I mean, that's pretty evil.
He's greedy. Yeah, it is evil. But it's not like he has like superpowers or anything like that. He didn't die in the end.
Ernesto's manipulative.
Mm-hmm. He literally killed someone.
Yeah, literally
his best
killed
friend.
Somebody.
Manipulated everyone. I think Ernesto's a worse bad guy. Ernesto's a worse bad guy than Governor Radcliffe. Which they should add Ernesto to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
They should. That
right?
would be a good
he's already
addition.
like. I think so too. Like he's already dead. So like,
why not?
Skeleton version Ernesto. Yeah, why not? He deserves to be a part of that.
I agree.
Next,
Jafar versus the Queen of Hearts. I mean, I think that the Queen of Hearts is fairly evil. But I think she's just like evil because she doesn't like people going against her. Like she has other people doing her dirty work.
She's a queen.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to do the dirty work.
I agree.
Jafar is manipulative. He uses like the mystic like arts.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has like some weird like power thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He has a parrot sidekick that talks. I think Jafar is worse than the Queen of Hearts. Like the Queen of Hearts is evil, but I don't feel like she's as evil as Jafar.
She's like the stereotypical evil, where like Jafar's like above the stereotypical evil.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I'm going
Jafar. It is.
Gaston versus Charles Muntz.
Charles Muntz from Up.
Up, yeah.
Yeah. Gaston, Charles Muntz. Is Gaston really evil, or is he just an idiot?
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't think of like, I mean, the only evil thing that he really did was like try to like hunt down the beast, and like he was mean to Belle's dad. But that's not really
falsely imprison Belle's dad.
Yeah.
Nothing really major.
I mean, compared to like the other villains, I don't think so. I agree. But Charles Muntz, on the other hand,
I mean, he tried to kill a boy and a senior citizen.
Yep.
He enslaved dogs.
This is
true. Killed harmless animals. I think Charles Muntz is a more villainous villain than Gaston is. Gaston's just an idiot.
I agree.
Because, I mean, Gaston is... When I think villain, I don't think Gaston. Like, I don't know. I just don't think Gaston
either.
But, I mean, he is, but he's not. So, I think Charles Muntz is a much worse villain. If you're going, like, most attractive villain, Gaston, obviously.
Obviously. Yeah.
I mean, how can you go against anyone who uses antlers in their decorating?
Hans is pretty attractive, too.
Oh, that's true. We'll get to Hans.
Yeah. We're going Charles Muntz on that one.
Okay, Charles Muntz.
Evil Queen versus Randall. I think this is a no-brainer for me. I'm going Randall.
Randall from Monsters, Inc. And
He's
Monsters
just so,
U.
like, sneaky.
He could be turned invisible.
Yeah, because he's basically like a chameleon, so he can, like, turn into anything. And so...
The Evil Queen, though, can use, like, powers to turn into an old woman.
Oh yeah.
You never know when you need that that AARP senior citizen discount somewhere.
It's
And
like
we're
Shazam,
doing strictly-
but she yells like old lady.
Yeah, old lady. Yeah. Now we're talking Snow White movie, right? We're not talking like Once Upon a Time TV show Snow White. I mean, Evil Queen, because that Evil Queen is hardcore versus the Evil Queen that is in Snow White.
Evil Queen she's like the number one villain in that movie or in that show. But yeah, Evil Queen in Snow White.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
let's go with. I feel like Randall. People are gonna get mad because Evil Queen, Maleficent,
those are like
Oogie Boogie. People love them.
I agree. I mean, Evil Queen is not on like my list of favorite villains, to be honest. Randall,
and this isn't a list of favorites.
It's not a list of favorites. This is not exactly. So why should we care if people get mad? Because their favorites aren't chosen.
Okay, good. That's
Randall.
right. Take that, people. Randall. Next up is
Syndrome versus Lady Tremaine.
Syndrome from Incredibles. Lady Tremaine from Cinderella. Now, I have a big problem with Lady Tremaine being in the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party festivities.
Why?
She just doesn't fit. Because she's just a mean woman. Like, she's the bad person. She's the bad guy in the movie, but like, is she really a villain or she's just so like self-absorbed?
She's just like a bad guy. Yeah.
She's not a villain. She's a bad guy.
I agree.
Yeah. That's my problem with her being in that
like Syndrome like destroys whoever
he's just a bratty. Yeah. He's a kid that grew up and didn't get his way.
Exactly. But he turned
he's
evil.
Really smart.
Yeah, he's smart and he turned evil, destroys whatever. Doesn't care.
Yeah,
Syndrome.
I think Syndrome's a more evil. Because what can Lady Tremaine do? Like degrade you with her words? Yeah. Clean the house. Ooh. Okay. Next up.
Hades versus Hook.
I don't think there's a question about this. I think this is pretty straightforward. I love Captain Hook. He's one of my favorite villains in the world. But if we're talking about powers and all that, then Hades, who is one of the most underrated villains, is not used enough in the parks. Hades,
I agree.
For sure.
100% Hades. I love Hades so much too. Very underappreciated.
I like the character's kind of like cocky attitude about himself too.
I agree.
I like that.
Speaking of Once Upon a Time, the Hades in Once Upon a Time is really good too, on the evil spectrum.
Yeah, and the ladies would say that the Hook in Once Upon a Time is easy on the eyes.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's so like charm. Like he's not even a bad guy in there. Like he literally is like a Prince Charming.
Yeah, Peter Pan's a bad guy.
Yeah.
What the heck is up with that? Stupid.
I don't know. I still really like that show though. It's a different twist on like Disney. Anyways, next up we have Lotso versus Ursula.
Aw, Lotso. He smells like strawberries.
I absolutely despise Lotso.
Aw. He's just a misunderstood
bear.
that
he's
needs
very
love.
manipulative. Like at the end, they should have just let him go down the little thing. But instead, it turned into this whole thing, and I was on the edge of my seat, wondering who's going to make it out. I don't like him.
Wow.
But as far as like, I mean, Ursula, she has all like the magical powers. She can basically do anything.
Yeah. Is she an octopus? Or a squid? Is there a difference between squid and an octopus?
There is. There's a big difference. Their amount of tentacles, I think.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
I don't know things.
I don't know, but I feel like she's an octopus, but she might be a squid. No, because I
feel like we need...
Octopuses are really big.
See, that's why I don't get in the ocean. Like all these fish things, like that fish from Finding Nemo with the light on its head. Like, No, thank you.
I feel like that's like a fictional fish, though.
No, it's real. Oh, it's real. I looked it up. I don't remember what it's called, but it's real. Google it. It's worth a Google. It's real. That's why I don't get in the ocean. You can't see. You don't know what's in there.
Some of the waters you can see.
Well, that's different, though. I'll get in that. But, like, Atlantic,
Yeah, don't
Pacific,
go into the Atlantic
Gulf,
Ocean. No, the
not
Gulf of
happening.
Mexico is very clear.
Ah!
And the water is very calm.
I mean, like Caribbean, that's different. Caribbean water, I'll get in that. But
the Gulf of Mexico
sorry.
is very nice. St. Pete in Florida, very nice. You can see the floor. Anyways.
you can see the sharks coming to kill you.
Yes.
And the weird fish coming to eat your leg off.
Yeah. So Lotso or Ursula, what do you think?
I think Ursula because of the powers. Because that's one of the things is like they're evil powers or whatever, not just who we like better or what we think is the cooler villain. So
I agree.
Ursula for sure. She would steal Lotso's ability to talk.
Which would be phenomenal.
Aww.
Corella versus Jackson Stone. This is kind of like
Jackson Storm.
Jackson Storm.
Do you even watch Disney movies?
Oh my gosh, I know. Cars. Cars.
Jackson
Where
Storm.
Jackson Storm's from.
Jackson Storm.
I'm going.
Neither of these have magic powers, so that's the first time we've hit one of those.
I'm going Corella though, just because she mistreats animals.
That is probably one of the most evil things you could possibly do.
I agree.
Jackson Storm is just a jerk.
Yeah, he's just a tough guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Cruella.
She's just hurting animals is probably one of the worst things you could possibly do. You should go to it. Look, this is just a side note for me to stand on my soapbox for a second. Like if you hurt animals, your name needs to go like on a registry. You need to go to jail. Like something needs to happen to you. I don't know.
I don't even want to like get into how like our judicial.
It's a big word for you, isn't it?
Judicial. Yeah, judicial.
Krista's so disappointed in you right now.
Yeah, I like just can't say it, but I don't even want to get into that because there's people out there who do horrible things and literally serve like 3 years for it and then just go back and do more horrible things.
And there's people who don't do anything at all and go to jail in prison. So there's that as well. Anyways, this has been your judicial moment with What's World Podcast.
All right. Next
up.
And last is Hans versus Dr. Facilier.
Hans.
He's very dreamy. He's very eye-catching. He's very manipulative. But he doesn't have like Dr. Facilier.
He wants to finish your sandwich.
Right.
I don't think we gave Hans a fair shake in the movie.
Has friends on the other side.
That's true. Well, based on our just based on our conditions, Dr. Facilier obviously has to move on because of his ability to just
I agree.
His evil darkness.
Hans at the end of the day is just honestly trying to be manipulative to get what he wants. It's not really, he's not super evil.
And he was going to kill Elsa, but he's not super evil.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You know.
I forgot about that.
Kaylee's totally against people hurting animals, but if you're going to murder an ice queen, she's all about it. Don't you kind of feel like Hans is just misunderstood? Like he's the youngest of siblings.
Why are you sticking up for him now? I just tried to stick up for him and you shot me down and now you're going to try to stick up for him?
Just trying to create some banter here.
I mean, I do feel like Hans is a little misunderstood, which is why he acts the way he acts, because he's kind of foreshadowed by his brothers.
Yeah, he's just trying to find his own way in the world. That's all it is.
Yep.
And
well, it's not really working out well for him.
Okay, so second round, we have Maleficent versus Scar. Roar.
I mean,
Roar.
If we're going off of evil...
Maleficent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty or Maleficent from Maleficent? Angelina Jolie Maleficent.
Well, Angelina Jolie Maleficent has a soft spot.
I know.
I love Angelina
And she wasn't
Jolie
a
as
villain
Maleficent,
until she
though.
got screwed over. She wasn't a villain until she got screwed over by that guy.
I agree. That's very factual. But I think we're going Maleficent, Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. Okay. And obviously she's more powerful than Scar, who's literally a cat.
Yeah, I agree. Mal moves on.
So, yeah. And it's going to be hard to beat her, but we'll probably have a good battle towards the end. Next, we have Gothel versus Ernesto de la Cruz. Two equally matched opponents.
Yeah, this is pretty equal.
Both manipulative.
But Gothel didn't kill anybody, did she? She just stole the baby.
She just kidnapped a child.
No, but I'm just saying, like, compared to killing somebody.
They probably didn't want it anyways. Gothel, Ernesto did kill someone. That makes a big difference.
I just don't think... Like, when I think of villains, like, I would think of Gothel before I thought of Ernesto. I don't know if that's just because, like, I think of Tangled more than I think of Coco. But... Which we said was going to be a factor, did we not? Movies?
Mm-hmm. We did.
Quality of the movie?
Yeah.
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 I think I'm going to go Gothel.
Gothel. Wow. This is a really hard one because Ernesto, he killed one person, but he killed Hector in real life, but he then tried to kill,
everybody. He tried to kill the whole clan.
Literally. Yeah.
But Gothel, I mean,
so that's tough.
honestly, Gothel was out for blood, though, too, during the whole movie.
Yeah, that's true. She was going to kill Flynn Rider.
Exactly.
If she could. Which, don't be trying to kill my bro.
Yeah, I literally would have just turned it off if he died.
Bromance.
Like, this is trash. Goodbye.
That's one reason I liked Shazam, too, is because it was like, some parts I'm like, hey, Flynn Rider is talking, because Shazam is the voice of Flynn Rider.
Yeah, like the man, Shazam.
Yeah, the scene when he's in the convenience store and he's like, I would like to purchase some of your finest beer, please. It was like the exact voice.
I kind of noticed that, but it's also like no comparison for me. Like, I did not like Shazam. We don't have to get into it now. But
so you think Gothel? I'll just secede and let you just have this one.
Well, I think if we're considering quality of movie as well.
That's true. I mean, but some people would argue Coco is a much better movie than Tangled.
Coco, yeah. It's
tough. For me, Coco is hard for me to watch because it's so sad. I have this thing with death. I have this thing with like loved ones and dying. I don't do well. But so like if it was watchability for me, I would rather watch Tangled than Coco.
Yeah, definitely. Coco.
So I'll go with you, Gothel.
Okay.
Mother Gothel. Next up, we have Jafar versus Charles Muntz.
Jafar. Which
Charles Muntz is named after the guy who stole Oswald from Walt Disney. But that has nothing to do with this tournament, but it does make you more angry.
Yeah, it does.
Jafar, obviously, in this one.
Yeah, Jafar, no brainer. I mean.
Randall versus Syndrome. Randall Boggs versus Syndrome.
Well, I don't know. I think that Syndrome might be a little bit more evil because he literally destroys like cities and people.
Mm-hmm. He tried to kill.
He was going to let
Mr. Incredible. Yeah, he was going to kill Mr. Incredible. He wanted to. He was going to let Mr. Incredible kill his assistant.
Yeah.
In the first one. But honestly, both of these are just like in the beginning. Then neither started out bad in the beginning. Randall and Mike were roommates and like super nice to each other. It wasn't until Sully embarrassed Randall at the scare games that Randall turned really evil. But
I mean, pushing that to the side.
Yeah. You're going with Randall though? He kidnapped a child.
Yeah,
technically Syndrome did too though.
Yeah, this is true. I think I'm going with Randall. It's hard. It is hard though. What about...
When you come down to the movie then, which movie is better then? If they're both equally evil, which one movie-wise would you go with?
I'm going Monsters, Inc. over Incredibles any day.
I will go with Monsters U over Incredibles, but Incredibles over Monster Inc. So we'll just go with Randall.
Okay.
All right. Then we have Hades versus Ursula. This is a matchup.
This is a matchup.
Big time. Big time.
I'm trying to think about them actually fighting.
Right? Yeah. How much fighting did Hades do in Hercules versus Pain and Panic? Is that what were those his little friends? I can't remember.
It's something like
the
that.
Little guys. Yeah. How much did Hades actually do?
Yeah, it was a lot of his sidekick. Whereas like Ursula had the eels as a sidekick, but she still did a lot of the dirty work herself. I think it might be Ursula.
Over Hades?
Yeah, and that's even
What about movie though?
I mean, movie, I think I'm going Little Mermaid over Hercules. But this is so annoying for me because like Maleficent, Hades, Ursula, like Oogie, like those are like my villains.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to have like two of my favorites go head to head, but I just think Ursula maybe has more power than Hades. She has like the big
But Hades is
tentacles.
Hades though. Like he's got the power of the underworld.
I mean, it's hard. Okay, I would go Hades.
They both make deals. They both make like one-sided like sneaky deals. They're basically the same character.
Right. I would go Hades if you want to go Hades. I mean, I think this one's kind of up to you because I'm very torn.
I think Hades because he's Hades.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
I mean, all you have to do is stab Ursula and she's dead. Like Hades is not an actual being. Like he's, I don't know,
Okay.
omnipresent, I guess. I don't know.
agree.
But I think Hades. It's just a gut. I have a gut feeling Hades.
Okay.
Next up, Cruella versus Dr. Facilier.
I mean,
I'm already dreading the next round.
yeah, me too.
Dr. Facilier, obviously.
I was going to say Dr. Facilier because he has way more powers. I think Cruella is just super
mean
and nasty
evil.
and just a horrible person, but Dr. Facilier has all the powers.
That's right. He's got the dark powers.
Right.
Which is going to make for an interesting matchup between him and Hades.
Ooh.
All right.
They both have
Mal.
friends on the other side.
Exactly. Maybe Hades is Dr. Facilier's friend on the other side. Maybe that's...
Ooh, it's a
their
tag
connection.
team.
Yeah.
Are we going to have two winners?
Ooh. Maleficent versus Mother Gothel.
Maleficent.
Not a question about that one.
Not a question to me. I mean, she has all the powers. And I think she turns into a dragon. Like, Gothel doesn't stand a chance against that.
That's true. She'll just, like, comb her hair
Yeah.
to death. Like, let me comb you to death. Jafar versus Randall Boggs.
Jafar.
Jafar, because of whatever those weird powers are that he has.
Yeah,
that
and
we
I
don't
just
really know how to
overall
explain.
think he's more evil than Randall. I don't know.
Randall's more jealous than he is evil.
I think so.
And the things he does is because he's jealous
Right.
of Sully or Mike. Hades versus Dr. Facilier, which ultimately I think this should have been the championship matchup, Dr. Facilier and Hades, but it's the way it is. So Hades, Dr. Facilier.
I mean, if we're going, they both have great powers. They both have done numerous evil things. We were talking about Hades earlier, though, about using his minions to kind of help do the evil things. So are we giving him the evil credibility for facilitating all of that, but not actually doing it?
That's tough. Because they both manipulate the other person into doing what they want.
Right.
They both have, like, their deals aren't 100% the way that they appear. Like with Meg and with
Tiana
and the prince or whatever. So it's tough because they both use underworld dark powers. What about the movie? Which movie do you like better? Princess and the Frog or Hercules? I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I think it's Hades.
They're basically the same type character.
Yeah, they're very close when it comes to abilities. That's for sure.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we have a death match now. Instead of it being 1 versus 1, we're going to have a 3-way death match. Maleficent versus Jafar versus Hades.
For me...
They're locked in a cage. It's a cage match. Only one will survive.
For me, Jafar is already out. I don't think Jafar stands a chance against Hades or Maleficent. Yes, he has like those weird, whatever, spiritual powers that we don't really know. I just think that Hades and Maleficent are leaps and bounds more powerful than Jafar.
I kind of agree with that. So it comes down to Maleficent versus Hades.
I'm not surprised here. Like, I feel like the last, like
the way
last
it was set
week
up,
with
I'm
the
not.
with the sidewick, what the heck? With the sidekicks.
Sidewick.
We were a little bit surprised, but I'm definitely not surprised. Like, Maleficent from the very beginning, I was like, she's going all the way through.
I felt like that with Hades and Dr. Facilier. I felt like those 3 would be the ones that would make it all the way to here.
Right.
So Hades, Maleficent. This is really hard.
Yeah, this is almost like I can't even choose. I need to phone a friend.
No phone of friends on this one. So let's talk about power-wise. Hades has the power. My microphone fell. Hades has the power of the underworld, and he can take life from people, which is kind of an important power. He's manipulative. What about Maleficent?
Maleficent's manipulative. She turns into a dragon, breathes fire, could definitely destroy some people. I think maybe Hades is a little bit more evil because he can banish people to the underworld.
Steals their soul and all that stuff. What about the movie? Which movie? This is not a tough one. Which movie is better? And we're thinking Sleeping Beauty, not Maleficent.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hercules over
Hercules
over Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, I think so too. Because Sleeping Beauty kind of sucks.
Yeah. Maleficent is what makes that movie for me.
Right. So Hades takes the movie category and the powers category.
I think he takes the powers just because of the whole underworld thing he has going on.
I think he does too. I think we have established that Hades is the ultimate villain.
That's crazy.
And if we were just, like we said earlier, like if we were just going based on like who our favorites were, this would not be the case in the end for us, I don't think. So like this was totally based on their powers.
Well, I mean, like I said, like Maleficent and Hades are 2 of my favorites though. So it would have been hard. I mean, yeah, had it come down to favorites, I probably would have chosen Oogie over Gothel.
Trying to be impartial here.
I know it.
We're trying to do our due diligence and provide you guys with the best information possible because this is important stuff.
This is important.
These are important topics. It is important. I would have said for me, my favorite villain. This is a really hard one though. Like picking out your favorite villain is really hard. It's like saying which kid's your favorite. Like,
yeah, no, can't. That's why I have like my top: Maleficent, Oogie, Hades, and Ursula. Like those are my top.
Let us know what you guys think. That was that was kind of tough and easy in different ways.
I agree.
So
you know what?
That's going to do it for this episode. What?
Well, you know what I thought about while we were recording this? Nothing.
What?
It's April, and that means we are a couple weeks away from reuniting.
Yes.
We haven't talked about that at all.
Finally.
We try to
coming back to Disney. Yes, it's been since November since I've been at Disney. This is the longest Krista and I have gone in 4 years. Since we got married. This is the longest it's been since we've been married.
And so much has changed in this time period, I feel like. It's going to be a whole...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lots of changes, and it's going to be fun. And Flower and Garden will be done by the time we get there, unfortunately. But we're doing some really cool things, some things that I've never done before. Chris, I've never done before. Have you done what we're doing? The Hoop-Dee-Doo review.
No, I have been.
You have been? Well, Krista and I are going for the very first time. We're going, Kaylee's going, and our friends Josh and Kelly Campbell from Campbell's on Coasters, and Glenn, our amazing friend from Instagram, Glenn JGP Contracting, who was on our podcast a few months ago, and Wendy, his wife, and Griff, his son. It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be
say
so
the
much
least.
fun.
I cannot wait to go. I don't even know how to express my excitement for being able to do that. And of course, then celebrating the Hollywood Studios 30th anniversary while we're down there. And Kaylee and I are celebrating our Walt's World podcast 1 year anniversary while we're down there. And the most important, Krista and I are celebrating our wedding anniversary while we're down there. And Star Wars May the 4th while we're down there.
It's just going to be...
There's a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot going on. It's going to be so fun. And I feel like...
I'm so excited.
This is going to be much needed for all of us.
Yes, I can't wait. It's been a long time coming. We're staying at Pop Century the whole time, which is one of our favorite resorts in the world. And so we're really excited. And I don't know what we'll be doing on May the 1st. I don't know that we'll have a big to do about it or anything, or have people meet us somewhere or whatever, but we'll keep you guys abreast of the situation.
Yes, we will have to figure something out
if we decide to do something.
for sure.
Yeah. So with that is it. That's it for this episode of the Walt's World Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. Check Instagram, vote, and see who you would want to move forward in your bracket for the top villain, Disney Pixar villain. Head over to Instagram, give us a follow at Walt's World Podcast. Shoot us an email. We'd love to hear from you guys. waltzworldpodcast@gmail.com. With that, I'm John.
And I'm Kaylee. We'll see you next week.